All right, well, that was a good win. Padres knock off the Giants, a blowout win, and they can go for the series win 3 out of 4 tomorrow. And what on paper, with the names Verlander and Cease, it's like, oh, interesting matchup. And it is. We'll see what ends up happening there with Dylan Cease, obviously. Wouldn't be surprised if he shoves because it's not against the Dodgers. It's not at Dodger Stadium. That's really like my big question mark with Dylan Cease, but that's tomorrow. Today, Padres won 8-1. And to win a game like this where you had JP Sears on the mound, like that's good as well. Obviously, yesterday winning, I know I didn't do a reaction there, but quickly, like they took advantage of some of the Giants' mistakes. Nick Pivetta pitched great, and that was a game they needed to win. And today, to mash 4 homers, Gavin Sheets did a couple of home runs. Fernando making that robbing catch. I mean, there's a lot of discussion around Nando, right? And it's like his struggles, and he's not, we want the old Nando. This is the new Nando. We want that Nando back. And he's not having fun and all that. And then he goes and makes a catch like this. And you're like, yep, still Nando. Yep, still a pretty special player. So, yes, still happy that he is a Padre. And again, like it goes back to what I was saying earlier in the season where this Nando body language stuff, ends up coming up because he was struggling, obviously. And it's like, would you rather have him smiling and laughing when he's struggling so it looks like he doesn't care? He's making a bunch of money and who cares, about my performance? Or would you rather him obviously care about his performance and be pissed off about it? And I know he took some heat. I think yesterday it was after the game yesterday. They won, and he wasn't the most enthusiastic after the game. But he wants to help this team win. And so when he's struggling, you still want to like help the team win. I feel like that's still the mentality of players. Like when the team's winning even without you, you're still like, well, I want to contribute to that, or they're doing it without me. I got to show that, I'm a part of this too. So I don't know, just throwing that out there. But JP Sears tonight, 6 innings from him, 1 earned run. Don't know how much that's going to get talked about because I think a lot of the talk is going to be about the offense. Ryan O'Hearn hitting a homer. Gavin Sheets. Him and Gavin Sheets today. What a line. What a box score you look at with those couple of guys, huh? They combine, and Ramon obviously a couple hits. O'Hearn and Sheets combined for 4 hits, 4 runs scored, 6 ribbies. I mean, what a night there. 3 homers. Pretty darn good. You look at Ramon Laureano, though, right in the middle there. A 904 OPS he's got on the year. And that's not like this super small sample size. Like, no, he's playing. So I think the talk is going to be about like Luis Ariz. Do you keep Luis Ariz in that 2 spot? It hurts Ramon that he's a righty, not a lefty, because if he was a lefty, I think a lot of people would be like, move him to 2. That's the guy that with that 904 OPS. Would you rather have him there, or would you rather have Luis Ariz there? But Schultz loves to go right, left, right, left. And so that's where this is, right? Because you look at the lineup tonight, for example, and you have right with Tatis, left with Ariz, right with Manny, left with O'Hearn, and right with Laureano, Gavin Sheets left, Iglesias, Cronenworth left for me. So that's how it is. You want to avoid the lanes, and I get it. But yeah, overall, just very encouraging for them to have this offense, to blow it out like this. Can they continue this? Please, Padres, can you please continue this in this Dodgers series, specifically Friday, because I'm going to that game, and I would like to have a Padres win there. That would be great. But yeah, can they continue this, please? Because now they're a game back of the Dodgers, and there you go. Opportunity's right there. You got swept by the Dodgers over the weekend, but the opportunity is still right there. You're knocking on the door. It is right there. What are you going to do? You're going to fold again? You're going to get embarrassed again? Or are you going to be able to come through? Petco is a totally different environment than Dodger Stadium, so hopefully that can play to the Padres' advantage. Hopefully it plays to the Padres' advantage that Dylan Cease is not going to be pitching in this Dodger series, which I'm happy about. So, yeah, we shall see. But happy that they won the JP Series game because not a guarantee, on paper. And he was a big reason why. It's not like he sucked and then the Padres, scored 8 runs and won 8-7. Like, he was obviously so good, so, like, props to him for it, but you just don't know. Manny, obviously, with the homer. That Tatis catch, man, still special. Special talent right there. Another crowd of over 42,000. Padres fans continue to show up. Joey Lucchesi, he's a random thought, but he's got a lot of time against the Padres, it seems like, this season, or definitely recently in the last week when these two have matched up this many times. Seems like Lucchesi's getting in a lot of these games. But tonight, bullpen-wise, Wandy, Matsui, and Morgan, great. Didn't have to use the big guys, and they'll be good for tomorrow to hopefully take 3 out of 4. And then some of them for that first game against the Dodgers. I think Kershaw would be pitching that first game, but we'll see. Something else that was brought up, by the way, before I end this. I saw on the MLB Network broadcast, they were bringing up the Padres' schedule the rest of the way. And they have the weakest remaining schedule of any team the rest of the regular season. I assume this is according to, like, win percentage this year. They've got, and this isn't in order, but I'm just looking at the MLB Network graphic, the games against certain opponents. They've got 7 games still against the Rockies. Don't know. I doubt they're going to win all 7, but going 6-1 there, that would be great, especially when you got the Dodgers losing some games to the Rockies. But yeah, you got the Rockies 7 more times. Use that. You've got 7 times as a better team. You could have faced the Rockies and had like 3 games left. But no, you got an extra 4 games there with your best team. Because the best team was not earlier in the season when you had Hayward and Gurriel. Best team is now. So let's see it. Dodgers for a few games. D-backs, obviously not contending. Mariners, okay. Twins not contending. Sold off their whole team, essentially. It's Byron and friends over there now. Orioles, obviously sold off to us. Reds, okay. Mets, okay. White Sox suck. Brewers, okay. So, like, out of those, how many good teams are the Padres playing the rest of the way? Dodgers, Mariners you could throw in there. Mets and Brewers. Majority of the teams they're playing are not good teams. They sold at the deadline or they just flat out stink anyway. So can they take advantage? Like, maybe this is a good thing, but maybe it could also be a bad thing. Because we've seen Padres teams in the past where they have a pretty good schedule, friendly schedule, bad teams, and they don't take advantage of that. And, sometimes it's dangerous to play these bets. Sometimes you want to play teams that compete because maybe they're a little bit tighter. You play teams that are not as good and they stink, and you may think, oh, they've got nothing to play for. Maybe those players play looser, but they're also probably trying to make a good impression on that team to maybe try to make the team next year, right? So maybe they're playing a little tight too. Who knows? It's really just us, guessing at that point. But obviously, on paper, you'd rather have the easier schedule, and that appears to be the case for the Pods. So that's great. Right now, Padres 71-56. The Dodgers, they lost today. What was that score? 8-3. So they lose that to the Rockies. Is that a 4-game set for the Dodgers? Do they play tomorrow? 21st. 1:10 is our game. Yeah, they do. 12-10. Okay, so Kershaw. Sorry. Kershaw's pitching tomorrow. So the Padres will miss Kershaw. Darvish for the Padres on Friday. TBD for the Dodgers. Saturday, TBD. Sunday, TBD. So a little Darvish action on Friday. That's cool. Standings update. Padres game back of the Dodgers in the West. So it's right there for them. And then the wild card, if you care. They're the second wild card, 2 games back of the Cubs for the first wild card. And they're, what is that, 3.5 up on the Mets for that final wild card. And then they're 4.5 up on the Reds for a playoff spot. So, like, this team's going to be a playoff team. It's just a matter of will they go get the division? We'll see.